This is the highest you can possibly be in London, unless you're a pigeon or something. I'm 250 metres above the ground in Horizon 22's free viewing platform. But soon, I'll be hurtling underneath the earth. Welcome back to Journey of the Month. Today, I'll be taking you through 2,000 years of London's amazing buildings, travelling sort of that way. Today I'm travelling on the Elizabeth line from Liverpool Street to the southeastern terminus at Abbey Wood. Along the way, we'll control a ferry, watch other people control a railway, and relax in a garden in the middle of a dock. We start though in the City of London, the oldest part of the City of London. It's a place where the medieval and the modern collide. Behind me is St Helen's Bishopsgate, which opened as a convent around 1210. In the 1590s, William Shakespeare went to church here. Get he to a nunnery, I suppose. And just next door, the Gherkin. Oh, no, sorry, I mean that Gherkin. Around the corner, Leadenhall Market has been here since the 1400s, though what you see today is an amazingly opulent Victorian construction. Beneath our feet, though, is the remains of one of the largest Roman structures north of the Alps, the old Forum of Londinium. Some of its remains have only been discovered this year. Eventually, you'll be able to see that in person, but it's clear that building around here often throws up centuries of history. Underneath this new mirrored artwork from Yayoi Kusama is one of Liverpool Street's Elizabeth line entrances. But during construction, a plague pit was discovered 3 metres beneath the street. Now, plague tends to be frowned upon on public transport, so the victims had to be exhumed to Canby Island in Essex. Their original resting place is now commemorated in this etched glasswork alongside the gate line. Since the arrival of the Elizabeth line, Liverpool Street has leapt up the charts to become the busiest rail station in Britain. Now, you're probably familiar with the common platform design of the core of the line, but my favourite feature has to be the lighting. From the cooler lighting in this little cross passage to the warmer lighting of the platforms, it makes my monkey brain go, we're gonna go that way then. Also, this is the only station where this central passageway goes end to end, so you can really see how long this place is. Here at Whitechapel, we've got one of the few variations on that standard platform design, with the addition of these artworks depicting the people of the local community. Chantal Joffe's art looks like it's made of paper collage, which it was originally, but these full-scale versions are made of laser-cut aluminium. This is one of my favourite Elizabeth line station redevelopments, with the swooping timber roof following the contours of the concourse. It allows me to do some of my best Brian Cox looking up impressions. Wow. The ceiling is made of trillions and trillions of beams. But what's particularly great is how all of this hides behind the original and recently restored Victorian frontage. That collision of old and new is what London's all about. This is also one of only 2 stations in London to have bilingual signage. Now, I don't speak much Bengali, but I think that says... Yeah, that says Whitechapel. Here at Canary Wharf, we've got these escalators in canary yellow, supposedly. I mean, I've never seen a canary this luminous. I've also never seen a canary, so this whole station was also built in the middle of a dock, which I'm sure is incredibly passé if you're like Dutch, but to this guy, that's pretty cool. And of course there's this colourful tunnel bridge. Wow, a tunnel and a bridge? Makes a great spot for your next selfie. I'd never do that though. The real treat here is upstairs though, with this roof garden sat on top of the station. Up above you can see skyscrapers towering and planes coming into City Airport, whilst around you there's a wealth of greenery from around the world. One half of the garden is dedicated to the Western Hemisphere and the other to the Eastern. It's a nod to the nearby prime meridian measured from the Royal Observatory at Greenwich. You're not here to watch me relax though. Probably. If you are, why not write in the comments that you'd like to see a 10-hour stream of Tom relaxing? TFL, sort it out. And onwards to Custom House, where all of the diagonals in the station structure line up with the angle of the road junction outside the station. What an excellent detail. Welcome to Woolwich, as the scratchy knitted jumper said. This is an area with a rich military and maritime history. The HMS Beagle, which carried Charles Darwin to the Galapagos Islands, was built here. And the area's armament factories also produced the biggest club in North London, asterisk, to have originated in South East London. I'm not getting political here. 2 other products of the Royal Arsenal have been the Royal Artillery and the Royal Engineers, whose colours can be seen encircling the columns here. On the station exterior, zoom out enough and you can see that these perforated grills are hiding a design of Britannia and the Lion, which was imprinted on ceremonial coins here to commemorate the war dead. Whilst I'm here, I thought I'd take you on a quick side quest to see a TfL service that you might not have known existed unless you actually use it. Welcome to the Woolwich Ferry.
Just to give you a slight history of the ferry itself, it started in the 14th century. Around 1889 it became a free service. So it's a free service that connects two boroughs together, the Royal Borough of Greenwich in the south to the London Borough of Newham on the north. It also connects two different road networks, which is the South Circular and the North Circular. So it's a free service that ferries approximately about 5,000 passengers a day between the hours of 6 in the morning to 10 in the evening.
What do you do here in the office to keep the service running smoothly?
It involves a lot of planning actually, making sure we have the right personnel on site ready for service on the day. We've got two vessels, so they run more or less simultaneously, going anti-clockwise. So we also have to get a team on the other side. It's a 24-hour operation. There's a team that work tirelessly to ensure that the vessels are maintained properly. So my job entails putting all this together to get a free, safe and efficient service.
Okay, let's head to the end of the line, though not quite the end of the journey. Alphabetically, this is the first station in the entire country, and from the front it looks a bit like a manta ray. True to its name, there are a lot of wooden beams arcing across the ceiling. It's lovely in here. But where's the Abbey? Here. Oh, we're here. It's here. This is Lesnes Abbey, which has stood here for 800 years. When it was established in the 12th century, much of the land between here and the Thames was marsh. And they certainly couldn't have gotten from here to central London, or in those days, London, in 20 minutes. Rest in peace, Abbott. You would have loved the Elizabeth line. Well, this has been a big day out, and I know I'm feeling sleepy. You must be feeling sleepy too. Yeah, thought so. Should we get you to bed? Great. How do we get you to bed? I've come to Romford Route Control Centre to find out. Can I control the route? I'm afraid not. What's the point in even coming?
It's really important for us to get all the trains back to their depots, so whether that's done at Plumstead or Old Oak Common, for example, we can then carry out our maintenance activities. Here at Romford Route Control Centre, the bits that are being controlled are the central parts, anything from Westbourne Park and Paddington through to Pudding Mill Lane near Stratford, and also down towards Abbey Wood. So the trains are being signalled by the signallers, and then also the electrical control side of things is also done from here. The pumps, the sumps, all the drainage elements are all controlled by here, and also the tunnel ventilation.
How does this compare to running other railways?
But other networks, especially in London, are running an automatic style railway. DLR has been running an automatic style railway since 1987. What's different here is their mainline 200 metre long trains. That's quite unique for us. The rest of the railways are trying to go to that model because it's more efficient to have more trains closer together. One thing that's unique for mainline railway operations is we've got the ability to carry out an auto reverse move. We're limiting the amount of time it takes for a driver to change ends. For the 200 metres it takes around 6 to 7 minutes for the driver to cab off at one end, walk through the train and then restart up the cab on the other end. When the train leaves Paddington, the driver is able to select auto reverse. The driver can then change ends whilst the train's transitioning into the turnbacks, so they're facing the right way to come back out. We also have the ability to do this at any location where we've got platform screen doors. So for example, if there was an incident at Paddington, we're able to route the train backwards without the train driver having to change ends.
Thank you very much to the Route Control Centre for showing me around and for getting me safely back to Liverpool Street. That's the end of today's journey. I hope you've enjoyed it. We've seen but a slice of all the amazing buildings on and around London's newest railway. And because there's nothing I love more than a tangent, a few side quests as well. Don't forget to subscribe to the TfL YouTube channel to see the next journey of the month as soon as it comes out. I think for the next journey, I want to travel in something a little bit more red. Yes, that's right. I'm going to be posting myself through a post box and seeing where I end. I'm not doing that. That would be irresponsible and I wouldn't fit. I'm going on a bus.